getting into our next game. Spawning in the bottom left here from Team Composite. He could be eliminated in this game. It's our purple Zerg player, DRZ. And his opponent in the top right just needs one more game to keep his hopes alive here in this group. From Team Composite as well, it is our Terran player in yellow, Charlie. So, okay, well, nothing. I hope Charlie goes for a proxy T-Rex, just because it's kind of fun. It may almost be BM doing it against an opponent who is 2 leagues below you, but yeah, whatever. No extra SCVs have been rallied out, so I guess that's not going to be the case. He actually has an SCV queued up as well, so I'm not going to see a T-Rex. How dull. Probably another macro build coming from DRZ. He may try to mix something up and go for some sort of just all-in bust and see what he can do with that, because if you know a build and you execute it well, you can beat anybody at this level, to be honest. So long as you execute it well. That tends to be the problem, is in that execution. Charlie going for this barracks first, and a gas on 12 as well. So he's going to be able to go into some Reapers early. There we go. Finally getting that gas to come down. So he's going to be able to go into Reapers or just a quick factory if he wants to. A lot of things you can do off of one gas, off of one base if you don't use anything but that gas to make buildings. Just making a ton of Hellions can be frightening, and using the gas that you mine to make 2 factories and get blue flame with all those Hellions and just absolutely wreck an entire mineral line. But as it stands, we'll likely more to see Reaper. Let's get a nice scout off and then transition into the normal Hellion based play afterwards. Charlie is going to have a full wall up here with his depots, so he's going to stay nice and hidden for a while. And actually, there we go. Okay, first Reaper is on the way now. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to be made. He's going to go for a really fast factory or something, but it is going to be a Reaper. Pool gas on the way to complement this hatchery first build here from DRZ. Reaper control can make or break some games, so if Charlie has some decent control, he could get a few kills here. The pull is a little bit late in dealing with, not late necessarily, but dealing with a hatch first, and having Reapers come at you really early can be really annoying to deal with, and you can lose a lot more than you intend to, just because you're not going to have a queen for a while. First queen is in production here for DRZ. Going to have a second one here in just a second. There it goes. Second one production, but Reaper is moving across the map. It wants to check these watchtowers and see what it can see. 4 lings on the way. Just want to make sure there weren't any lings that are actually ambling the way across the map already. But now this first Reaper is actually going to be into the base here of DRZ. A couple lings are going to pop out and meet that Reaper, but Reaper's going to be able to micro against these lings as long as it wants. I'm going to kill off one of them. I'm going to kill off the second one here in just a second, so long as he actually targets. There he goes. So 2 lings down. Going to be a third one here in a second. Going to retreat to his queens now. He's probably going to lose yet another ling here. Actually loses 3 lings already. And yeah, it's a decent work there. A second Reaper is going to be joining this. CC has come down, and a third Reaper is in production as well. So if these Reapers are retained, as well as adding on the Hellions here momentarily after those Reapers, after the factory finishes and reactor finishes, that can be a really scary situation for a Zerg player. Queens are not safe against Reapers alone, not to mention the fact that you add on a bunch of Hellions from these factories. That can be extremely annoying. Factory is actually going to make the reactor for itself, and we do have 3 Reapers now. 3 Reapers and a tech lab coming down on this barracks. Third command center was already thrown down before the second one actually even finished up. So Charlie is feeling nice and safe going for this build. Link speed is on the way here for DRZ, so he's going to be able to push away these Reapers eventually, but now there are 3, and that is a bit of an annoyance. Spinecrawler is in danger of going down. He doesn't really want to lose that. He's going to want to cancel that and remake it, because that will for sure die off. Yeah, this is going to die. So that dies off, so that's kind of a sad story, and now the Queen's going to be under fire. There's a Baneling Nest on the way here in the main base of DRZ, but all these Reapers are going to get in here, and they're going to be able to see that eventually. Speed isn't going to be finished for a moment. They're just going to poke in, and actually all they see right now is the Queen. They see the second gas, and they're going to just, come on, go look at the Baneling Nest. He's barely not seeing the Baneling Nest. He's going to get in there and see it eventually. He wants to kill off these 2 drones that he has at 1 HP. But he's doing a nice job so far. I mean, he hasn't seen the Baneling Nest, but he did see both these gases. But one of the gases actually isn't being used, so he's got 2 gases and actually using them. The first Hellions have been created here. Wait, didn't they? Yeah, there they are. Yellow is very difficult to see on a screen. First 2 Hellions have been made, actually switching into Widow Mines now, and immediately turning into a Bio Widow Mine force as fast as he possibly can. Just getting those 2 Hellions for a little bit more map control with the 3 Reapers he already has. Reaper's just going to look around the map, trying to find what they can. Combat Shield is on the way once again for Charlie. It's his first upgrade of choice rather than going for something like Stim first and going for a quick Stim push. You may go for that Combat Shield push we saw earlier, but not as many barracks have been made this game. He's going to have a couple Widow Mines to defend. I think seeing those 2 gases Charlie did made him a little bit worried, so he made a couple of Widow Mines to be able to defend. But now he's got some Hellion production kicking in. He's up to 4, he's going to go up to 6 and probably stop there. 6 Hellions with 3 Reapers are going to be able to take as much map control as he would like for quite a while. Lair is finished up. No Baneling speed is on the way just yet. Kind of almost expect to see that. He is making 2 Evo Chambers, however. And there's no 3rd hatchery on the way just yet for DRZ. He is up to 3 gases. He is finally actually saturating the 2nd gas in his main. One of the gases is only on 2, thanks to those Reapers from earlier. I'm curious, how many kills does he have so far? Okay, he's only got 1 worker kill, so there's only the 1 worker that actually went down, along with the Spine Caller that was killed a little bit earlier. Now he's got this force of Hellions and Reapers that are going to be pushing into the natural base here. There's a possibility of a nice little wall with Queens and the Evo Chambers. It's going to section off a good portion of this, but there's no 3rd base, so there's no reason really for these Hellions to do too much besides being really annoying. Could try to go for the actual mineral lamp, but they're not going to do that. They're going for a Queen. Link's going to try to get here and get on top of this, but that's not going to happen because there's way too much here for just this many Lings. Banelings are slow, they're off creep, not going to catch all of that. And now the Reapers and Hellions are just going to go to town on these 2 Queens here. 1 Queen did have a transfuse, wasn't able to use it. Another Baneling goes down. DRZ is he's just losing everything once again. He's got 22 Lings in production, but right now he has absolutely nothing extra to defend. He does have a Spine Crawler, so that's going to be nice. Does he have a Spine Crawler in his main? He does not have a Spine Crawler in his main. Some more Lings do pop out, so this will be able to be cleaned up eventually. But he's lost a good number of units already for this. And actually, he's not even going to clean this up completely. Good micro there from Charlie, keeping the 2nd Hellion that was only at a very small amount of health alive. Now he's going to push in to the main base and just still continue being annoying. The Hellion will eventually get pushed back, finally. But now Charlie has a 3rd base down. He's got a nice little Bioforce back home already. He's got Medivacs in production. He's got some Widow Mines even. Yeah, he's taking a nice little lead here. 2 Queens were killed off, 5 of those Banelings, 47 Lings were lost in that engagement. That's an absolutely absurd number. That is so many units to lose this early in a game. 42 workers to 51 in favor of the Terran player, and the Terran player is over the 3rd base, not the Zerg. That is definitely an issue right now. And yeah, DRZ is going to have to find a way to actually do some sort of damage. He's got +1 melee attack finished up. That's nice. The problem being Charlie already has +1/+1 for his melee. He's even got combat shield. No stim, or did stim just finish? He hasn't actually gotten stim yet, which is, you know, that's no fun. I always like to have stim for my bio when I go bio. So that's going to be finishing up very, very late. So that's going to be difficult to actually fight against if we actually had speed banelings. We don't have speed banelings. We don't have speed on the way either. This melee force is going to have +1/+1 eventually. I don't think he's probably going to attack before that actually finishes. Widow Mines are set up in nice positions. Actually going to get a couple shots off before anything actually important happens. 2 shots do go off. 4 kills and 1 kills respectively on these Widow Mines. And now Charlie knows that this attack is coming. More banelings being morphed in, but they're being morphed in range of all of this. More and more Widow Mines being transferred over. They're gonna burrow there. They're gonna drag some of these. Oh, actually that was a bad shot there. That was kind of a poor shot, but that's okay because this one got 6 kills, and I think that was all banelings. Now all that DRZ has are these banelings. He's got one lonely little Ling here. Another shot goes off on the Widow Mines. Carapace hasn't finished up either. More and more Widow Mine shots going off. It's going to finish up all of this. Yeah, there we go. No army at all left over here, thanks to the Widow Mines. We did kill a few Widow Mines, which is nice. But now he has nothing left. 10 Marines being produced at a time here for Charlie, and he's going to be able to start dropping whenever he wants to do that. And really, he can just push across the map with this force that he does have, which looks like it is going to be the case. This is going to be a death march to end all death marches. Going to put Charlie likely into the final match for that spot for the round of 16. What do we have? 6 Widow Mines, a whole lot of bio, a couple medevacs. Medevacs actually leading the charge, and a Widow Mine leading the charge as well. One Widow Mine going to burrow. Are there any? There aren't any observers. There are no overseers actually at all. So Widow Mines aren't going to be able to get taken out unless he lands a bailing on top of it. So that's no good. Charlie just pushing in with this massive force. He's even taking a 4th base behind it up in the corner, splitting up his Marines, just setting up very nicely. He's just going to keep DRZ in a terrible position. DRZ attempting to bait out a Widow Mine shot. That's not going to happen. Bailing speed has finished up, which is nice. +1/+1 has finished up for the Zerglings and Banelings as well, but +2/+2 is about to finish here for Charlie, and it looks like he's going to wait for that until he actually does any sort of attacking. And regardless, behind this, he's got a pretty nice, massive force. Charlie's going to push over to the 3rd base and take that out very easily. Still no reaction from DRZ. And actually, was there even more? No. 3rd base goes down. So that is gone. There's no 3rd base here. We've got a 2-base Zerg player at 15.5 minutes versus a 4-base Terran. 69 to 43 workers, 182 supply to 88. 38 Lings on the way, that's nice. One Baneling does connect, but 2 Marines with combat shield. I don't really care too much. Units are just dying before the little munshots actually even go off. A few more units are going to die here for Charlie, and he's starting to die a little bit. He's getting some units killed, but DRZ is going to lose his upgrade here in his second. Another one on my chuck goes left, very nice, but he's just going to pick up. There's no threat of Mutalisks. Finally an Overseer, and actually, there we go. Medevac's just going to run away and drop at their original location once more. There's only 2 Banelings left, and the force back home is just absolutely ridiculous right now for Charlie. 104 army supply to 27 here in favor of our Terran player, and yet he is picked up and he has gone home. He left a Marine and a Widow Mine here over at the 3rd base just to be an extra annoyance. He has all the map vision in the world. He's got both towers. He sees that the 3rd base is ever going to get taken. DRZ is going to push across the map and I guess try to make something happen. See what he can do, but again, this is everything. This is seen before it even starts happening by Charlie, so he knows it's coming. He gets set up very nicely for it. He's even got a tank. He even has a tank. He's trying to take another base here at the gold. It's going to have to get canceled, sadly for him. Actually, it doesn't even get canceled, but it doesn't matter too much. Some more Widow Mine shots going up, but I think most of that was actually going off on Charlie's army and not actually the Zerg army. A little bit more. More and more Lings rallying to their death here. Charlie's just, again, pushing across the map. 195 supply to 74. There's really just not much to say about this, other than this is a little bit gross. He just needs to go kill him. Actually, there's even 2 medevacs full of units with this army, so this army could be even bigger. At the moment, it's just not. I mean, you can have a pretty frightening amount of units off of 2 bases, so long as you're able to actually have the larva, and that's kind of an issue when you only have 2 hatcheries. Tank has sieged up. It's going to draw some fire in. A couple medevacs pushing in here. I'm not sure what they're doing. I guess they're going to go drop. One medevac almost dies, which would have been kind of sad for it, but not too much to say. This is kind of turning almost a TVT where you're just kind of keeping your opponent back in his base, but it's TVZ and your opponent has no actual units that can fire against you at the same time, so it's a little bit unfair as it stands. DRZ now dropping below 50 supply. There we go. GG. Charlie is going to go ahead and move on to the final match.